Relationships are pointless for the vast majority of men out there, and most men are better off being single. And that might sound strange because many men, they reach out for my help and they will tell me, yeah, I want to get a relationship. And I will tell you here in this video why that is a very bad goal to set for yourself and why that will be one of the biggest mistakes that you will make in your dating life. Mostly this idea that you have about relationships and obtaining one, that is mostly part of your conditioning. You have been led to believe that that is the right way to go about your dating life, and that is the best way for you to get consistent intimacy and to get companionship from women. And I'm going to tell you here that that is not always the case. In the vast majority of cases, it's actually that is just not happening for most people out there. And I'm also going to give you some prescriptions on what you should do instead of trying to get a relationship that will set you up for long-term dating success and even for a great relationship down the line. So that brings us to the first reason as to why you shouldn't get into a relationship, which is that most relationships, they suck because they are in dead bedrooms, there's constant arguing, equal partnerships, yes, these people, they like to call it, those relationships, they do not add value to your life. 9 times out of 10, these equal partnerships, it basically means the woman is dominating the man, the woman calls all the shots, she makes all the decisions, and he's just following her around like a puppy dog. That's, of course, kills the polarity, and that's why often in these equal partnerships, there's also a dead bedroom, because there's just no polarity whatsoever. She takes on the role of the man, and you take on the role of the woman, basically, in that kind of dynamic. And that's why those kind of relationships, they do not make your life better. It just causes more headaches than it actually adds benefits to your life. And also part of the reason why so many relationships out there, they suck, is because many men are not able to lead a woman emotionally properly. And that's why even very quickly the fun is out of the relationship, basically. They will make mistakes constantly, they will be needy, they will look for her approval, and then eventually she loses all desire for him, and then arguing, disrespect starts, and all of that stuff. That's basically what happens in the vast majority of relationships out there. So this idea that you have about that relationships are always rainbows and sunshine, it's just not happening. And that's why I recommend you guys to stop chasing that relationship label, because a relationship is not always good. A relationship is only good when it will make your life better, when you become happier, and when you have consistent intimacy, and when there is a lot of fun in that relationship. If that is not there, then that relationship is just nothing but a label, and it's just wasting time, because you could also spend your time just exploring the market, working on your skills, and finding someone better, finding someone with higher desire, and that sees you more as a 10 out of 10. So that brings us to the second point why you shouldn't get a relationship, which is that most men, they try to build a relationship on scarcity because they are not getting dates, and dating is very frustrating for them. I know what that's like, because you're on the dating apps, you're not getting matches. Yeah, you're not going out there, or if you approach, like, you are getting rejected. And then things become very frustrating, and you just want to solve the problem and just move on with life. And I understand that attitude. But what happens when you're trying to get a relationship from scarcity is that you will become needy and you will become outcome dependent. And you will also put a lot of importance on that one girl that gives you a little bit of attention, because you're just not having a lot of conversations with women to begin with. You're just not getting enough attention. You're not getting enough traffic. When you approach dating from a place of scarcity, you will start to behave incorrectly. You will behave exactly the way that will turn her off. You will be approval seeking, you will be needy. And because most men, they live in scarcity in dating, the best move that they can make is to focus on skill acquisition. Yeah, build funnels, get a strategy, make sure that you have a proper date strategy, that you can manage long-term relationship dynamics. Scarcity will make you just tolerate things from women that you would never do if you had abundance. Because if a woman is difficult, but she's the only option, then you will just be like, oh yeah, sure, like I will do anything to make you happy. But if you have multiple options and you know what it's like to be treated very well by women, you know what it's like to date a woman that has very high attraction and desire for you, you're not going to tolerate a woman being difficult to you. Yeah, so that's why having abundance is crucial in dating, because that will increase your standards. Yeah, and that will increase the level of satisfaction that you can have with a relationship. And a lot of guys also try to make necessity their virtue with their scarcity. That's especially true for a lot of Christian types. They will say, well, I'm just dating to get married. I want to build a family. Yeah, I'm a family man, all of that good stuff. Yeah, and you're just making necessity a virtue when you do that, because you want to get that relationship because you want to get over it with this whole dating thing, because it's all frustrating and you're getting rejected constantly and all of that stuff. But you're not focusing on skill acquisition. You're making necessity your virtue because you find it too difficult to constantly be on the market and to explore your options. And that's why you will say, well, it's more virtuous if I'm in a relationship. It's better if I'm in a relationship and focus on like building a family down the road, because that's what I truly want. And that is just the wrong way to go about it, because even if you want a relationship, even if you want to get married, then the best thing that you can do is to become the best and most attractive version of yourself, to focus on skill acquisition, to build a funnel, to get a great dating strategy, and then just focus on working a very, very large volume with women. Meet as many women as possible and filter for women that really have high attraction, high desire for you, because that's what you need in a relationship. You cannot get that from scarcity, and you cannot get that if you're just jumping into a relationship with the first girl that touches your pee-pee. So that brings us to the third reason, which is that most of you guys do not want a relationship. You want a solution to your loneliness, and you want to get consistent intimacy in the bedroom. And you think that a relationship is the way to get it. But it isn't. Because most relationships, they end up with dead bedrooms anyway. Constant arguing and all of that nasty stuff. Equal partnerships, that's probably the worst of all of them. And very often you will get more and better bedroom fun outside of a relationship than you will get inside of one. So you guys don't want a relationship because you do not want to go to her Christmas dinner and listen to her annoying uncles with all of these annoying stories. You do not want to go out shopping with her every day. The truth is that you guys want to get laid. That's just the brutal reality. And a relationship is not a way around skill acquisition. It's not a way for you guys to not have to become the most attractive version of yourself. So that brings us to the fourth point, which is that many women out there, they will get into relationships for the wrong reasons. And that's also why you shouldn't get into a relationship, because many women, they will get into a relationship out of convenience. They will try to make their ex jealous, posting you on Instagram, with the photos. Sometimes it's boyfriend season, Christmas is around the corner and she wants some beta male to show up, to show it to her family and to show, my life is on track. Look, like this guy, he's my boyfriend. And the truth is that you guys don't want to be that guy. You want to be that guy that she has genuine attraction and desire for, and that she will just do anything to keep. But many men do not spot this whole dynamic. They cannot distinct between, this is a woman with high attraction and desire for me, this is a woman that is just dating me for convenience. Because most men, they are living in scarcity. Most men, they are thirsty beta males. And that's why they cannot pick up when a woman has high attraction and high desire and when a woman is just dating them for convenience. And that's why you need to be very cautious with the kind of women that you spend time with and the women that you get into a relationship with. But most men, they will just jump into the relationship with the first woman that touches their pee-pee. After 3, 6, 9 months, she just breaks up because the convenience is running out. And then they will be heartbroken. And they will start to get angry at her. They will say, well, she was a bad person. No, like you didn't focus on what you should have done, which is focus on skill acquisition and focus on getting an abundant dating life and getting experience so that you will see those kind of women that are just dating you for convenience and that are getting into relationships with you for the wrong reasons. So that brings us to the fifth point, which is that it's impossible for you to get a good relationship with the first person that you meet or to get a relationship from scarcity. And I don't care what you guys are going to tell me about what your standards are. That she needs to be a Christian and that she needs to be a virgin and have a low body count and that she needs to be educated. None of that is even half as important as how high is her attraction, her desire, and her interest for you. And the reality is that the vast majority of women out there, they're not going to have super, super high attraction and desire for you. Some women, they will just, date you out of convenience. They will have kind of like, he's kind of okay. Well, let's go out with him and see if he's nice. They're not very enthusiastic about you. And that's why so many relationships, they end up with the woman cheating. She ends up being unhappy. And she feels like she settled for you. She feels like, I can get a guy that is better. Maybe you're just not her type. That's also very often the case. She's just not obsessed with you. And if you want to get a great relationship, then you want to get a woman that is absolutely head over heels with you. Most guys, they do not see that. Most guys, they never experience that because they do not have an abundant dating life, because they just jump into the relationship with the first woman that touches their pee-pee. And most guys, they're just thirsty beta males. And that's why they want to get into a relationship. You want to get into a relationship with a woman that goes the extra mile for you. A woman that will do whatever she can, to make you happy. And you can only find these women by working a lot of volume and by going on many dates and having a dating life of abundance. Very often you're still going to meet women that are just kind of lukewarm for you. Yeah, those women, you need to filter them out and only focus on the women that you can take seriously long term, which is women that have very high attraction, high desire. You cannot negotiate desire. So that brings us to the sixth one, which is that holding back on relationships that's wildly attractive to women. This will make them go absolutely nuts for you. Because women love this idea of winning over a guy that secretly they don't deserve. And it's just human nature that a person will value something a lot more when that person had to work very hard to get it. When you hold back on that relationship, you do not ask her, you do not give off boyfriend vibes to her, but then eventually she asks you and she gets that relationship, she will be all up in the clouds, like, oh, finally I have that relationship with the man of my dreams. Because when she had to work very hard to get that relationship with you, yes, you show to her that you are that guy that satisfies her hypergamy. And holding off on a relationship also creates a far better dynamic for you down the road in your relationship. And that's why it's always better to explore your options, to be a player, date women that have high desire, be that guy that is selective, be that guy that sets very high standards. Because what do you do when you are not hinting at a relationship and giving off boyfriend vibes and that you are postponing the talk for as long as you can? You show that you have very, very high standards. You are not rushing to get into a relationship. It will show to them that you are genuinely a catch for them. And it also shows to them, well, this guy, if this doesn't work out between us, this guy is probably also not going to be afraid to walk away. And this guy is also, because he's not afraid to walk away, he has abundance, other women want him, pre-selection is at work, all of this good stuff. She will have very high attraction, very high desire for you. So that brings us to the last point, which is that you guys are spending years of your life in relationships with women that were just waiting for someone better. A lot of sunk costs are involved with this. Yeah, because you could have been out on the market working on your skills, meeting many women and finding someone that's really a great fit for you. But most guys, they will just become complacent with a very average relationship. And they will just do anything that a woman says, because as soon as she says, spend more time with me, that they will just start spending more time with her. They will stop going to the gym because, well, I have a girlfriend now, let's just stay in. And that's why those guys, they set themselves up for a lot of wasted time, because that relationship was doomed from the start. She never really had that high attraction, high desire for you, and that relationship was just very average, and it never served you. And because you became complacent, you set yourself up for failure down the road. Because if you jump into the wrong relationship, then you will just waste years of your life on something that was just not good for you, and you could have spent your time way better just exploring the market and finding someone better. So that's basically it, guys. Now, I do not recommend you guys with this video to never get into a relationship whatsoever. I'm recommending you guys to become that best and most attractive version of yourself, so that you set yourself up for a dating life of abundance, and that you can pick and choose, and that you can be selective, and that you can set high standards and all of that good stuff. I recommend you guys to only get a relationship under very, very strict conditions, and only when you have first built the right foundation. Because when you have built that right foundation, then everything after that will become effortless, and then you can get a relationship that genuinely serves you. Because what ultimately do you need to get out of a relationship? This is universal. Yeah, you need to get consistent intimacy. You need to have great companionship. She needs to be very fun to be around. And especially, there shouldn't be a lot of drama. And that is also totally unnecessary. You can avoid it if you set yourself up with the right dynamic. So that's it, guys. So if you are frustrated with your dating life and you're looking for a solution, then feel free to book a call with me with the link in the bio. I'll help you to get that dating life of abundance and to set yourself up for a great relationship down the road. So that's it, guys. Peace.